Why I was right about Max Holloway.
And still! I had him hurt early. I almost finished him. He somehow survived. That's a motherfucker. And he came out, he hit me with something. I was like, what is he made out of? And then I remember, the motherfucker's a diamond. He gave me an opportunity to try to give me redemption on his last fight that he retired in his hometown. He's the man, bro. He's a BMF for that. This ain't my moment. I'm done talking. This is Dustin's retirement fight.
Give it up for the BMF champion, Max Bless Holloway, guys. What does that make you feel?
Just grateful, man, that I got to live this life and go on this journey. Such a great experience, man. I want to thank Dana, the UFC, for giving a kid a platform to make something of his life and use this as a vehicle to get my family into a safe place. I'm forever in debt to the fans, the company, Mixed Martial Arts.
They say diamonds are forever, and sure the one is from Lafayette, Louisiana. Give it up for the Diamond of Lafayette, Dustin Poirier.
Max Holloway just defeated Dustin Poirier via decision at UFC 318. And although Dustin was 2-0 against Max, I thought the power difference for Max alongside with some other factors would take him over the top. And I recently made a video talking exactly about that. But quickly, before we get the video started, for those of you who may not know, I'm JuicyMMA. I make opinionative MMA content. And if you guys enjoy videos similar to this, hit that subscribe button, that like button, and that post notification bell. Also, if you guys are enjoying the content and want to support the channel, be sure to hit that join button for members only live streams, members only videos, alongside with other perks as well. But anyways, let's get into it. So UFC 318 just wrapped up. Max Holloway put on an amazing performance. Dustin Poirier had an amazing retirement. I wish him well going forward. But a question that some of you may be wondering at this point is what specifically did Max Holloway do very well this time around as compared to previous fights between these two men? Well, in my opinion, it came down to a couple different factors, but the first and main factor I want to touch upon is the power. Originally, when I made the video talking about this fight and talking about why I thought Max would win, I talked in depth about the power difference between Max Holloway now as compared to the Max Holloway when he fought Dustin the second time. And I think we saw exactly that. In the second fight, Max was able to land a bunch of shots, arguably even more shots that time around than he was able to in this fight. But the big difference between the second fight and the third fight was Max Holloway, when he was able to land, was landing with significantly more power. We saw it in the first round, we saw it in the second round, and even we saw it at the very end in the last 10 seconds. Max Holloway was able to hurt Dustin Poirier a bunch of different times throughout this fight. And I think the increased power for Max was the main reason for why that was. But the next reason for why I think Max Holloway had so much success was due to his combinations. When Max fought Dustin the second time, as I said before, he was able to land. He was able to put punches in combination, he was able to land a lot of shots, but they lacked meaning. And also when he was putting together combinations, he was getting countered at times. But this time around, I think Max did a much better job at shortening some of those combinations. In this fight, some of his combos were limited to 2 or maybe 3 punches, while landing some of those punches very cleanly on Dustin. And those combinations alongside with those body kicks, those spinning body kicks or traditional body kicks, turned out to be a very good game plan for Max. And I think the reason why it was so effective comes down to a couple different factors. The first and most obvious is the speed. Max was throwing these punches at double or maybe even triple the speed of what Dustin Poirier was throwing his punches at, and that was a huge advantage. But the other reason for why this was very successful was when Max was throwing 2 or 3 punch combinations, after he was throwing those combos, he did a very good job at utilizing footwork and getting outside of the boxing range of Dustin Poirier. As I touch upon again going into this fight, I thought Max Holloway at this point is a much more defensively sound fighter than he was in the past. And I thought he was taking a lot of clean shots from Dustin in their second fight, and some of those shots that he was taking in that fight, I thought Max would make some good adjustments and not take some of those big shots in this one. Now, obviously, as I touched upon before, Dustin did have some success in this fight. He hurt Max pretty significantly in the second round. He was able to land some big shots in the fourth round, but for the most part, this performance was very similar to Max's performance against Gaethje, where Max was able to land a lot of big shots, hurt Dustin multiple times the same way he was able to hurt Gaethje multiple times, and he honestly put on a really good performance. I think at the end of it, a fair scorecard was 49-46. Very good performance from Max Holloway overall. And after that performance, I know Max wants Ilya next. We'll see what happens. There's a lot of moving moving parts to see who's going to be Ilia Toporia's next fight, but let me know what you guys think in the comments. What adjustments do you think Max Holloway made successfully in this third fight between him and Dustin Poirier? But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did enjoy, check one of these two videos popping up now, and until the next time, peace out guys.